Would you like to know how to lose 100 plus pounds and keep it off for good? Guys, Jay Jackson, official in the building, and today is going to be one of the most craziest, life-changing, powerful interviews that I've ever done and one that you'll ever see. We're going to be talking to Mr. Robert Richardson about his crazy life-changing transformation, and we're gonna dive in just a second. I see him already requesting to jump on board. All right, all right. As you guys jump on, let me know where you're watching from.
How you
What's
doing? What's
going on,
going
Robert? How you
on?
feeling, man? Man, life is good,
Oh
brother. Life
man,
is good. How about you?
I'm trying to get some rest somewhere, but life is busy.
I know it. I see you over there cranking out
Oh,
content like
that's like
crazy.
a whole nother job. Like it's and but it's the cool thing about what doing it is it's fun because I get to share my story on social media with everybody. So it's not like I have to sit there and find stuff to come up with because I'm basically what my content is. So that's what makes it exciting and makes
Yeah,
it pretty simple. Makes it fun.
100%, man. And we're gonna dive into that too. We're gonna dive into your story because, man, it's powerful. It's like me. I was reading and I was just, researching. I was like, man, I'm getting goosebumps just reading this stuff about this guy
You talk about
and
me, but look
seeing
at
your
what you're doing.
content.
Look at what you're
Huh?
doing. You talking about me? I said you want to talk to me. I said, oh
Hey, real.
yeah, I'll talk to you. When you want to talk? So I look, look. Let me tell you something. I am a sponge, so I love to learn so much from everybody, and I know certain people. I know the certain people who to watch and to learn from. Because some people they just be throwing stuff up there, but you throw some powerful information, not just fitness and just for trainers like me that's trying to elevate our games and trying to help people literally become the best version of themselves. So you do it all. Too. I appreciate you.
Right. Man, I appreciate you too. I appreciate you taking out the
Yeah,
time to jump on, and we're gonna
sure.
dive into your story in just a second. I'm gonna drop something below because if anybody has questions, like as we do the interview, I like to always
Sure.
engage with everybody who's watching, and so I'm gonna say comment your questions below. All right, and then I'm gonna pin this bad boy right here. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all jump on, listen, we're going to be talking about how to
Yeah.
lose 100
Yes.
plus pounds and be able to keep it off, okay, with
Yes.
Mr. Robert Richardson. And before we dive in, for anybody that does not know me, I'm Jay Jackson, and I've been doing this in the fitness industry for the past 12 years now. I'm also the author of Gut to Abs on Amazon.com. And I help a lot of busy professionals like get in shape, take control of their health, and just
Yeah.
feel proud about the way they look. And I want to use my platform not only to educate people and help them, get the body and health they want, but I want to be able to bring other influencers, fitness influencers, and health influencers on my platform to share their story because I understand I don't know it all, right? And there's certain things I've never had to lose 100 pounds. So I don't know how that feels. And so that's why I feel like it's important for me to bring other influencers like Robert onto my platform, and so that we can get the message out, right? Because you sharing your story just through experience can help
Def-
somebody else transform their life for
Definitely.
themselves
Definitely.
and their
Definitely.
family,
I mean,
right?
I okay. Well, I'll wait. I'll wait. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait till you ask.
Yeah, so we're gonna dive in. So where I want to start because I know you're like Robert 2.0 right now. Like you got the guns, you got the tank top on. I mean, a guy when he in shape, he wearing tank tops. He not even he if a guy's in shape, he go put on some tank tops. Because he
Look.
love the way his
I look.
arms look,
I'm
right?
looking at your
But
photos. Look. I told my wife once I get your status, shirts are gone. I don't care if I'm invited to Essence Festival, BET Awards. I'm just wearing slacks and some fly shoes and a hat. That's it. I ain't wearing. I ain't wearing
no shirt.
shirt. No.
The
A
shirt
shirt
is
for
gone.
what? If I got ass and and I'm getting tatted up, I ain't wearing no shirt. Nope. Mm-mm. That's it.
Ooh, streets ain't gonna be safe.
Oh, for real. Being overweight, it's not about food. It's really about what's happening mentally with you. You know, it's about what
100%.
triggers you to
Yeah.
become that person. And what triggered me to
Ooh.
become that person is I just simply just gave up. Like straight up, I just gave up on myself. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna let you start. Let me go. Let you go.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guide you through it. I got you. I got you. Trust me. Trust me. So we're gonna start with the backstory. So we see who Robert is now. We see the transformations all on social media. You're sharing your story. You post your beautiful family. You post your workouts and inspiration. But let's go back to the not so bright side of things. The backstory of Robert before you dropped the weight. How was life? What was going on? And
Life was
let's
good.
start there.
I grew up. I mean, I grew up everywhere. Born in Salisbury, Maryland. Moved from New Jersey, and really platformed in Florida. Really platformed in football. I went to Lake Brandon High School in Orlando. Played offensive line. I played left guard. I played left tackle. Received a ton of scholarships and
Nice.
played at Morgan State University. Um, I had a dream of playing
That's dope.
professional football, and I decided to put my plans on hold to go take care of my dad, who at the time went into a diabetic coma because of his health. Uh, so when I decided to make
Yeah.
that decision, it really derailed my progress in pursuing my dream because I wanted to go home and take care of my family. Uh, so I went back to Orlando
Right.
and I tried to get back on the teams and play football, and I gained so much weight that it hindered my performance. So when I went to go try out, I wasn't the same college player they expected on the
Yeah.
field. And so from there,
Interesting.
everything just kind of went downhill. So I had a weight loss journey before this. So I lost 50 pounds my first
Oh,
journey.
wow.
At Huffington Post that was
Okay.
sharing my information, a couple other fitness magazines sharing my information, and then my next goal was make it to the CFL.
That's
That
amazing.
didn't work out, so I took my degree and I said, okay, let me just start life. Like I just thought because after I was done with football, I wasn't talented in anything else. I didn't have a purpose anymore,
Hmm.
basically. So I
Right.
just
Right.
stopped caring about eating. I wasn't training like I used to, and so I just became the fiance slash husband, the normal dad. I guess the dad bod you would call on TV shows. With getting out of shape and
Right.
working a 9 to 5 and just whatever. Um, and it clicked. It clicked in
Yeah.
2019. The fourth time in 1 year, I went to the hospital. I think 1 year in 2019, I went to the hospital 8 times. Are eight
Holy
times because
smokes.
my
What
blood
happened?
pressure, my cholesterol, and I was pre-diabetic. I was at stroke levels with my blood pressure, and so I'm in the ER, and
So, what is for people that don't know? What's a blood pressure that's like an alarming blood pressure?
one
Maybe where yours
over
was. Do you remember?
96. And then it was
Yeah,
at
that's
one
good.
time it was 185 or 101 or something like that. So that second number, bottom number, they were like, dude. And then I was dehydrated because I was on 4 medications. So
Mm.
it's that concept when I tell people you keep waiting to get you to become healthier, they're gonna put you on medications because your body's telling you, hey, listen, my brother, my sister, I can't keep protecting you. I need help. So that medicine that you're taking every day is helping your blood pressure, but it's dehydrating you. Then it's making your immune system weaker. So all the medications that you're taking for blood pressure and cholesterol, yeah, it's helping you, but it's hindering your lifespan. And so that I
Right,
was 32
100%.
years old on 4 different medications. I'm like, man, you know, went on The Biggest Loser for 3 months, and I did a phenomenal job. I
Hmm.
lost 48 pounds in 3 months.
Yeah, that's impressive. I think I seen you season
2019
one,
with the
the
new
first
coaches with
season, was
Steve
it?
Cook and Erica.
Wow, that's awesome. How's Steve Cook? Because I know he's like a big guy in the
I can't wait
industry.
to get him on alive again. He still connect. Him and I still connect to this day. Like he's a brother. You know, I known him
That's
from
awesome.
just watching him on social media, but as a person, oh yeah, he's humble, goofy, uh, and loves to work out. He just loves to have fun. So I can't wait to get him on here and heck, maybe have all three of us talk one day. He's a great, yeah.
Yeah, man, that'd
Um,
be awesome.
it just
Yeah.
overall what woke
So,
me was I didn't want to die. I not only that, I have a son and I have a wife. So if I left my son and my wife behind because
mm,
I I was just lazy and I didn't feel like addressing what was triggering me, then
yeah,
you know what legacy I leave behind.
yeah, right. That's true. So I find a lot of times people who are like, man, Jay, I want to lose this weight, but I'm just not motivated. I can't find the motivation to go work out. I can't find the motivation to eat right. Like, what do you say to those people? Like, where did you find your motivation at it when those? Because I think a lot of people when they see fitness influencers online, they think that we never have bad days. They
Huh.
think we always want to work out
I'm
or eat right. And
tomorrow.
so, where do you?
I'm looking for an excuse
Huh?
right now for Friday. Can I get before 4 a.m. in the morning to work out? I'm looking for like, man, like getting up, but I know I
Ooh,
have to. So yeah, um, motivation.
right.
Stop. Just eliminate that from why you need to work out. Here's why. Because motivation is like a pre-workout. You know how pre-workout feels, right? You take a scoop, pour it in your container. You drink it during your workout. And it gives you that great burst. Woo! You feel great. Then after your workout, you have to replenish with food, and you're
Yep.
like, man, woo! So it's a short term temporary high. That's what motivation is. That's what motivation is. You don't have to be motivated. In the back of your mind, you should think, if I don't work out today, what's going to happen if I keep prolonging this and I keep playing my health? And I keep telling
Mm,
people, I'm like, look, you're talking to somebody who had to be rushed to the ER constantly. You do not want your body to shut down on you out of nowhere. You don't want that. And it can shut down in many
right.
ways. And I would hate for it to shut down in ways where, unfortunately, you'll have a heart attack or stroke or something in that case that your body is going to wake you up, whether you like it or not. So,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
whew, that's powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody who's watching right now, we are talking to Mr. Robert Richardson about how to lose 100+ pounds. And we just getting started. He's about to dive into the nitty-gritty as you guys jump on. Be sure to drop your questions below because
Yeah.
towards the end we'll do some Q&A. But right now, he's talking real talk. These are things I have to share with my clients as well because,
Right.
motivation, it comes and goes, and so you can't just look to pull from motivation to get the things done that you need to get done as far as your health. And I'm going to let you finish up with what you're talking about as far as like
Well,
where you
I
pull
made
from
some
and things like
decisions.
that.
Like I told like on my live the other day when I was on my
Mm-hmm.
art trainer in my garage. I want to spend some money on. I want a new
Mm-hmm.
truck. I want a new truck so bad. I want certain things. I love trucks.
Right,
But I decided to like LeBron James.
right.
I decided to use my funds not just for what I want, but for leaving things a legacy and a foundation behind. So I'm investing health into my body. So when people
That's
say,
powerful.
"Man, I can't afford training. I can't afford to eat healthy," I said, "Well, I'm gonna be straight up with you. You're my boy and all. You bought a new vehicle. You didn't have to because you already got two, right?" I said, "He's like, yeah." He's like, "You're single, right?" "Yeah." So you could have used that money for a trainer, a meal plan, and you could use that money on some groceries, on some healthy food items. So we have to put things in perspective. Okay,
True.
we all have wants, and we all live by YOLO. You only live once. Okay, fine, cool. You can enjoy your life without
Right.
medication due to being unhealthy and overweight by investing into a coach. Because a coach's job is to show you how to live life
Mm-hmm.
healthy. Not not to say you can't have a slice of pizza, you can't have Chinese food, you can't eat sushi. No, once you learn how to eat, then you can learn how to incorporate those other foods into your lifestyle. But right now, if you're every day you're going out to eat for lunch, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, you're not ready for that yet. Right now, you got to put the training wheels back on,
Yeah.
and you got to learn how to respect yourself. Number one, respect food. Number two, and how to enjoy life overall. Don't let stress, don't let people, don't let environment, and don't let yourself get in the way of living your best life. That's straight up.
That's 100. That's real talk. He dropping gems on y'all, real talk. And I see questions coming in. Stick around because towards the end we're gonna
Yes.
knock out those questions. I promise you. Now, Rob, I want you to go back to that moment where I believe it was you said 8 times, right? You had go to the hospital 8 times, and you said one
It
day it
clicked.
clicked for you, right? So in that moment of it clicking, like what made it click for you, and what steps did you take after it
The
clicked?
day that I said the doctor walked in, he said, dude, he said, I'm looking at your history. He said, man, I'm afraid your next time that you're in here, I'm gonna have to open up your chest and do open heart surgery. I mean, that's what he straight up told me. When he told me that, I was like, I can't do that. I'm 32 years old. I'm gonna need open heart surgery because I don't know how to put the fork
Yeah.
down, and because I allow stress. So
Mm-hmm.
my way of relieving stress from my life was looking forward to going out to eat on Fridays, going out to eat on Saturdays, going out to eat on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, you're my trainer. You say, hey Rob, I want you to follow this program a whole week. I'm killing it with you the whole week, right? On the weekends, you don't see me. On
Right.
Friday night, you don't see me. And so I come in Monday, you're like, man,
Mm-hmm.
last week you was down, 3 or 4 pounds, but I weigh you Monday, you up 6 pounds. What happened? The weekend. So I would hide myself and bury myself
That's
in
real.
food because I just thought that was my way out. And so I went online.
Right.
I saw the Biggest Loser audition. I auditioned for it. I said, okay, let me start here. Everything else I did, I tried keto, vegan, everything. It wasn't working for me. But it didn't work for me because
Oh
number one, I
wow.
wasn't consistent. So it's not the diets, I just wasn't consistent with it. So when I went on the show,
Right.
I was the first one to go home. I lost only 13 pounds the first week, so I didn't lose enough the first week. So I went home.
Holy smoke.
So I got home. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I failed again. I might as well just go back to how I'm living and see where life takes me. And my wife was like, nah, bro. She said, nah, nah. She said, what you're gonna do is you're gonna kick your butt and go to work, and you're gonna make things happen. And my wife encouraged me this whole time. To this day, she's my biggest fan. And so after the Biggest Loser, I lost 48 pounds. The pandemic happened. I hired a coach. Rodney Arlen Fit showed me how to. Oh, is that me? I'm sorry. Good. Oh,
No, you
Rodney
good.
showed me how to eat
You
food
good.
because I was starving myself, losing. So I was getting skinny, but I was also losing muscle mass. I'm like, I can eat this much food, and so he really flipped the switch for me on how to eat food. Uh, so ever since I haven't
Yeah.
stopped. So I've
Wow.
been taking my experiences with eating food and learning how to adapt in every situation. When the gym closed, my wife and I turned our garage into a gym, and we walked 5 miles a day. So no,
Holy
yeah, the
smoke.
gym can close today. I'm
Man,
still gonna go find a way to go work out.
man, I love it. And Rodney, I had Rodney on, I think it was either last week or the week prior. I spoke to Rodney. Crazy story too. Like that's I see now. Well, y'all having these
And not only that,
transformations.
I have a
That's
no
awesome.
quit attitude.
Man,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say. Like the resilience that you've had over the course of your life. I think a lot of people, when they have a failure or two or three, they kind of get so
Right.
down on themselves, they just give up, But, just listening to your story, it's like you've had failure after failure after failure after failure after
So,
failure, and you're still getting up. And it's like to see that you even have a partner who's there to motivate you and inspire you at times where you may
Yeah.
not want to do something, may not want to go
Key.
work out or eat right, right?
I said that's
And so,
key. That's very
what are you
key.
about to
That's
say?
key for somebody to have your back. You know, I always tell people all the time, well, I'm with somebody that want to work out. I said, are y'all boyfriend and girlfriend? Yeah. I was like, all right, well, you might need to reevaluate the situation. You get a corner that supports you.
Yeah,
If somebody really for you, they're gonna support your dreams, and y'all gonna be an unstoppable team. When you get two people with the same mindset that want to be powerful, that's a power couple. You're spiritually together, you're physically,
that's right.
health wise together, and you're just a team. That's the three things right there that you combine that, you can't stop a team like that. Real.
That's real talk. Hey, everybody who's just now jumping on right now, we're talking to Mr. Robert Richardson about how to lose
Yes.
100 plus
Yeah.
pounds and keep the weight off. Not lose it and gain it back,
Yeah.
lose it
Peace.
and keep it off. All right. And I see the questions coming in, y'all. I see them. I promise you, I see them. We're gonna get to them, but I want to allow him to share his story, and so that y'all can get the bread and butter. All right, y'all can get the bread and butter. And so the next thing that I want to talk about, Robert, is what happened. Like once you started losing that weight, because I know a lot of times
Mm.
people have emotional triggers, right? And there's so many different things, like whether it's boredom or stress, like how you were talking about earlier. You said towards the weekends, you use the weekends to kind of
All the
alleviate that
time.
stress by
All the
eating,
time.
right? And so what happened? What was that shift for you to like recognize and become aware of, hey, this emotion right here, this is what's causing this to
You're
continue
right.
to happen for me, right?
I, I used to tell people all the time, I'm like, why do y'all talk up like some people are like, man, my trainer, he just doesn't understand me. Like he doesn't get it. So I don't want to hire him no more. I'm like, but he gave you a plan. He trained you well. He taught you how to squat, how to bench press. What's the problem? Well, he don't hear me, listen to me. That's not his job. That's not her job. They have people that can actually listen to you and help you with your mental triggers or emotional triggers, and that's what I did. So when I went and seeked help from a therapist, and he was like, "Bro, this is what's happening. This is what we need to work on. We need to work on your mindset because in order for this to change, this has to get stronger. This has to get stronger." I encourage anybody
Ooh.
that has any past trauma, any health triggers, any mental triggers, to seek counselors. You're not weak. You're not a coward. You're nothing less but a strong person when you seek counseling, because what that tells me and tells everybody else that you are working on becoming a stronger person mentally. When you're strong mentally, nothing can disrupt your flow. Okay, you're like a tsunami.
That's so
When
true.
a tsunami comes in, it lets you know what's coming in, and nothing can stop a tsunami. Okay, so you have to
Right.
stop looking at trainers like as therapists, because I'm a trainer now, and I tell people all the time, if you have something mentally that I can't help you with, you have to seek a counselor, because in order for my program to work, whatever happens in life, you got to keep going. You got to talk to somebody a professional that can help you with, hey, this is what I dealt with my past. How can I overcome this? And if you need to take a break, it's okay.
Right.
Life is going to be here. But you have to work on yourself first mentally, especially
Very
with
true.
the stuff that's going on in the world today. This world, woo, like
Man, it's
like
rough out here.
my older brother passed 2 months ago, okay? And my sister right now,
Sorry to hear that.
she had a stroke. So I got stuff going on in my life right now. And what's holding me together is my counseling, is my prayer life, number one, my Bible, and my counseling, and my family. So if you need a break, if you need to talk to somebody, that's the only way you're going to become a stronger person, when you learn how to break through things and trials and the storms of life, and knowing how to bring certain people around you that can build you up and not join the pity party. I don't want no pity party people. That's going to say, you got this, Rob. Come on, man. Let's pray, but I need you to come out and go get this. I need you to keep going. I don't want.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
man,
powerful.
let's go out and drink. Let's go have some fun. You know, let's no. I need you to uplift me so I can keep it pushing. That's it.
Ooh, talk about that real quick because that's super big. I think a lot of people, definitely for guys, definitely a lot of men, a lot of us black men, but we kind of feel like we could do it on our own. We kind of suffer in silence, whether
Yes.
it's we had a bad breakup, and so we, go into our hoard ourselves in our house or our apartment, our condo, and
Right.
just kind of suffer in silence. Like, what's the importance of being around the right support system? What's your opinion on the importance of it?
It's vital. When you can find men around you, might be a little bit older, might be maybe the same age as you, but
Mhm.
like for example, if you went through something, I see you over how you overcame it. I'm gonna come seek you because I see that okay,
Right.
he was able to conquer this. So if he can conquer this, then I can conquer. So how did you do it, Jay? Like how did you do it? Like that's how. So you're plugging into
Right.
me, and one day you're gonna need me to plug into you. So as long as we're connected, as long as we're plugging into each other, as long as we're chained up, nothing can break this. So when you're starting to lean back, I'm pulling you back this way to prevent you from falling. When I start to lean back, you're pulling me back. So it's a chain reaction. That's why I tell men
That's
you
a
don't
great
have to.
analogy.
You're not weak when you're talking to people about the real deal, what you deal with. And women do it all the time. I don't understand. Women can call their girlfriend up and have coffee time. Heck, my wife, she said the next house that we get, she's gonna have a girls' room. Like to have, like how come women can do it, but sometimes for men it's like, I can't share that. I'm a man. Like, no, dude, real. Life is
Right.
real. You gotta be able to share what's going on because if not, the world is going to eat you up. It's going to eat you up. Seriously. So that it's important to find men around you in your circle with the same
Yeah.
mindset.
100%. Yeah, and it's so powerful when you have people in your corner because trying to do it alone can people become successful doing it alone?
Right.
100%. It's admirable, but it's so much harder. Like how much more
Yeah.
mental stress that they go through, mental and emotional suffering that they had to go through to get to the other side
Right.
by doing it alone, versus if they
Yeah.
had some support in their corner, like you're just talking about, when they were maybe leaning,
Yep.
being super doubtful
Yep.
or discouraged, and they have somebody that can pull them back up. Hey, come on, man, it's all good. This just one day. This just one week.
That's it.
You just had one bad meal. You
That's
just
it.
had one missed workout.
No.
It ain't the end of the world.
Nope.
Come on back
Look,
up here.
and you train professional. You
You know?
train professional athletes. You train everybody. So you know how people's lives are so busy, and sometimes people who have the busiest lives, they have the toughest mental breakdowns. Like they have, and that's just real life. My favorite actor, I'll share him to this day. I'm probably gone.
Yeah.
That my favorite actor, when I found out he was committed suicide, I was like, him, Robin Williams, him. I grew up watching him. He made me laugh. So
Crazy, man.
I'm like him. So
Right.
it's real. Like people that you don't know. It's. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm seeing some good questions. I'm sorry.
That is some
I
good
promise
questions in
y'all,
there.
we're gonna get to y'all questions. I see all y'all questions. Look, there's some good questions in here. Um, but mental health is key to any kind of you. If you want to start a plan, you have to get your mind right first. You have to. You have to. You have to. You.
Yeah, it is critical. It's critical. So that's it, man.
Sure.
I'm gonna stroll down, um, and so I can see some of these questions. And also for everybody who's just now watching, we're rocking right now. Jay Jackson official. I'm rocking with Robert Richardson. We're talking about how
Yes.
to lose 100+ pounds
Yes.
and keep that weight off. Okay, coming from a man who's done it. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can scroll to the top. Because I said I've been making these promises, making all
Ooh,
these promises. We got a whole lot of people on, so let's see what a couple first couple of questions. Uh, some of them just commenting. Let's see. All right, somebody says, what's the real deal with carbs? Is it a go
It's a
or a
go.
no?
You get well.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
It's crazy. I've been on. So let me say this. I've been in calorie deficiency way too long. Way too long. And so my coach now was like, we have to put you in caloric surplus. So because my body, he, he pointed some things out in my collarbone. So long story short, when you're losing weight, you have to be in calorie deficiency. But once you start losing that weight and you get to a certain point, you have to start adding more calories slowly back into your diet because it's important to make. And you can talk more to now. I can. I'm new. I need to put back. I need to put more muscle on my body right now, and I'm going to feel myself out. But I'm not going to gain weight because I'm still doing cardio. But I have to increase my calories to put more muscle on because right now I'm skinny muscle as he put it. You know, I'm down 183 pounds, but I'm only eating 21. I think 2180
Crazy.
total calories, and he's like, no, we got to amp it up. We got to amp it up. So phase 3, I don't know how it's going to look. I'm a little nervous, but I have carbs and more protein. So I'm going to go from 21, slowly get up to 25, 26. So slowly, I'm not going to start, basically, I'm not going from 21 to 28 overnight. It's not happening. But slowly so that I can
Right,
put
right.
more, the key is to put more muscle on. That's why I tell everybody, lift weights. You have to lift some weights. Resistance is going to build muscle.
100%.
In turn, is going to burn fat, going to lose weight. So don't be some weights. I promise you,
That's
it's going to
true.
change your life. Listen, lift weight, and you can. I'm quiet. Go ahead.
And that's the next thing I wanted to ask you. Like, knowing what you know now versus when you were
Right.
on your journey to losing that weight, what were some of the common mistakes that you were making back then?
Oh,
Like misconceptions that you heard in the fitness industry that you're like now knowing what you know now, you're like, hold up, that ain't right. Like talk about some of
the
those
biggest
misconceptions
thing,
and mistakes you were
and you're
making.
gonna laugh when you hear this, but I would go to the gym and I would do the stair. I would get on the stairmaster until I hit 200 floors. So I would be on the stairmaster
Holy
until I hit
smoke.
200 floors for an hour, and then I'll go and do the treadmill for an hour, and then leave the gym. People are like, "Oh, that's amazing.
Whoa.
That's incredible." If I could go back and tell that person back in the day not to do that and why, I probably would have hit my
Right.
goal a lot sooner, and I probably wouldn't have lost all. I wouldn't have put some of my muscle mass in jeopardy because doing a ton of cardio,
Right.
you're also eating away at that muscle mass when you're not lifting weights. So that's one of
Very
the
true.
biggest misconceptions. If somebody says, "Man, go to the gym, do cardio for 2 hours, and you're done," that's it. So you heard to the last part. That's done. You're done. That's all you got to do. No, 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 no. You have to do cardio. You have to lift weights, but you also have to eat the right foods. And I wasn't doing that. So,
Woo.
hey,
That's a bar.
boom.
That's powerful.
Hey,
Man, everybody that's watching,
yeah,
he just really dropped some gems.
cardio, well, nutrition, lifting weights, and then cardio, and then sleep. Fourth. So I wasn't doing any of that. I go 2 hours of cardio, and I go to IHOP, go get me a pancake, and so yeah. I
Oh,
thought I was doing it right. Get my carbs and my
yeah.
protein, yeah, sour cream, cheese, and extra bacon. I ain't cutting it. Uh, so if I can go back and change some things, it will be my nutrition and way too much cardio, way too much cardio.
Right, 100%. And it's there's a lot of people that still do feel like that's the gateway to being able to lose the weight. Man, all I gotta do is just start running again. I just start jogging and running, that weight's gonna come off. If I just start swimming or doing some jump rope, it's gonna come off like it did when I was 21 years old or 18. But it makes it so much easier. You don't have to kill yourself and punish your body in the gym when you understand what nutrition,
Correct.
how to do proper nutrition. Because that's what allows for you not to have to
Yes.
spend so much time in the gym. You know, so many people, they're like, how in the world can you work out for 30 minutes and get really good results. Because that's one of my big things. Like me and my clients, we only
I
work
already know.
out 30, 40
I already know
minutes,
what you're doing,
right?
then.
And
Ooh.
and man, I tell people you're either gonna have to pay with time or you're gonna pay with effort,
Right.
right? When it comes to being in the gym. You pay with effort, that's gonna increase your intensity. That way you don't have to spend so much time in the gym. But either way, if you don't want to have to kill yourself in the gym doing it either way,
Yeah.
you gotta nail down your nutrition. Because nutrition, when you get that right, you got your strength training down, then slide in some cardio, the fats just go keep
That's the
coming
key.
off, you know?
Like
And
for
so
30 minutes, I do HIIT training in the morning, and for clients, 5 and
yeah.
15 people, and I always tell them, I say, look, after this, go get you some protein in, go get you some carbs. Hey, grab you a piece of
Mm-hmm.
fruit. You have to refuel. If you're just gonna eat some crap after we did all this hard work, then it's pointless. You're like, don't even just don't strip, just don't show up because you're wasting
Right.
time.
Right. That's true. So I see another question, and I know one of the biggest things, because before we answer this question, um, a lot of people they kind of see people who are having some type of success. And they're like, man, what are you eating? Right? But the reality is, like, there's no right or wrong
Right.
on what you can and can't eat. I see he says, Rob, talk about what did you eat at the beginning of your journey. And so you can go into it, but just know, guys, like it doesn't matter what you eat. It's one of the biggest things that Robert hit on earlier
Yeah.
is being in a calorie deficit. Like if you're eating less, than what's required for you to
Yeah.
maintain your weight, you're going to lose weight. And so let's dive into some of the foods that you're eating.
Well,
Everybody like to talk
I
about
call
food.
it the same
Talk about
boring. So I eat chicken breast, cod, salmon, flounder, sometimes chicken. I cut the fat
it.
off the
That's
chicken
good.
thighs. I try to go to a fresh market where it's really lean. It's asparagus, Brussels sprouts, spinach, lettuce. I have a lot. My wife's a juicer, so we eat a whole bunch of greens, and I love beet juice, brown rice, jasmine rice. I love carbs, so I have carbs. Yes, I've been eating carbs. If you think that you have to stop eating carbs to lose weight, you don't. Please,
Yeah.
please do not think you have to eat this much carbs every day to make sure you have to try to get some abs. You can get abs. Heck, okay, I'm gonna let you speak on that because you. But I ate I'm not gonna give you my full list of macros, but whatever. I don't care because it's changing. Meal I would have
Yeah.
150 to 200 grams of carbs. I eat six
Hmm.
meals a day. My first meal, egg whites, oatmeal, almond butter. My next meal is a protein shake with a half banana,
Hmm.
almond butter. And then I have 3 solid meals, and then I have a protein shake before I go to bed. So that's my day. I
Nice.
eat 2.5
Nice.
every 3 hours. I'm always eating.
and and that's a blueprint for you, and that's one of the biggest things that I always tell people. All of our bodies are different. All of our food preferences are different. Our lifestyle, like I may be able to work out 4 days a week, but somebody else, they may be able to work out 7 days a week just based on their schedule. And so it's like you got to figure out what that blueprint is for your body, your lifestyle, your food preferences. And that's why I tell people, if you don't have the resources to invest in a coach or a mentor, that's fine. But if you do, invest into a mentor who understands how to, tailor things specifically to your preferences, your goal, your lifestyle, because that way you're getting the blueprint for you. You're able to lose weight and keep it off, because if you're doing things that are it's kind of working against you. Let's say you're eating broccoli, but you hate eating broccoli, but you would much rather eat, let's say, Brussels sprouts or asparagus, right? You replace it, because there's
Yeah,
more than one way to lose weight,
like
you know?
everybody's not trying to be a bodybuilder like me. So all my clients give them a bodybuilder type of diet. But if I eat more food throughout the day, I'm going to say, okay, I want to incorporate more meals. because I don't want them to continue to snack. If you're snacking after you're eating, that's not mean. It means you're not eating enough. If you eat a meal and then
Right.
10 minutes later you're in the pantry looking for a snack, you're not eating enough. But also, if a coach gives you a new plan,
Right.
it takes 2 weeks sometimes. It takes sometimes, yeah, 2 weeks at least for your body to adjust to that new plan of eating how you're eating. So you have to fight them temptation of, man, them Oreos are calling me. Man, those whatever, those like something calling me. And
Yep.
you have to give your body time. You got to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient. And you have to drink water a
Talk to
day.
me
You won't
nicely.
have time to worry about snacks because you be running to the bathroom. Real. Real.
Right. 100%. Got it. So before we dive into the next part, because you just said some real good stuff there,
Sure.
and I see a question that I really want to hit on. Ladies and gentlemen, for everybody who just jumped on, right now we're talking to Mr. Robert Richardson, talking about how to lose 100+ pounds and keep that weight off for good. Okay. Now,
Sure.
Rob, here's what I want to talk about, because I know a lot of people have a lot of negative self-talk, right? And I'm not sure, maybe you've had some type of negative self-talk along your journey. What's the importance, or what have you found, like far as when those negative self-talks or thoughts may creep into your mind? What do you do to counteract those thoughts to put yourself back into a better state of mind to get things done?
I guess the biggest thing for me is I keep a photo log. So I tell everybody to keep a photo log because a lot of those moments
Mm,
where you're like, man, I plateaued. I ain't losing fast enough. Look at how far you've come. I remember I went from
right.
479 to 361. I was like, man, I'm still fat, man. Look at me. I'm still terrible. But I was like, wait a minute, hold on. In this photo, I was wearing 7X shirts. But in this photo, I'm down to 3X.
Mm,
Like you gotta remember the small this even that's a huge victory. So and people have to you have to keep
that's
those
powerful.
victories in your pocket. You gotta it's kind of like you gotta like enjoy like keep it
That's
with you.
powerful.
Like if you worked out an entire week, that's a victory. If you stuck to your meal plan for the first time ever, that's a victory. If you woke up before going to work and got your workout done, that's a victory. So every time you're taking steps, necessary steps to move forward, please celebrate those moments. And the biggest thing I'm going to tell you not to do, and learn from me, okay? Do not open your phone and look at other people's success and compare yourself to them. Don't do
That's a big one
Don't do
nowadays.
that. Don't. Well,
Oh
I started
man.
my weight loss journey in January, and now it's December. And because Rob lost his in a year and 8 months, I only lost 50 pounds in a whole year. Okay, congratulations.
Man.
You know, that's
Right.
50 pounds. Each pound of fat loss you have is 4 pounds of pressure off your body. Your body is is screaming hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, that you did it. Like so,
Right.
pat yourself in the back. You don't give ourselves credit for a lot of stuff
Exactly.
at all. We gotta hype ourselves. Be your biggest hype
Yeah.
person.
That's real. It's so crazy because I
Mm-hmm.
believe it was yesterday, I wrote an email, and I was talking about one of my clients. She was like, man, these workouts are
Yeah,
really, really tough. They are hard. And, I kind of got into the whole negative self-talk, and, our body doesn't know the difference between what's reality and what's being spoken, or what's being thought, right? Our body doesn't know any different. We can close our eyes, and if we believe on the other side of our door that there is a pit bull over there that's about to try to bite us and eat us alive, our nervous system won't
right,
know the difference, and it'll make us tense up, right? And so you have to think about the things that
right,
you're telling yourself, because if you're constantly telling yourself, "Oh man,
right.
I just don't have no hope. Oh man, I still don't look the way I want to look right now. Man, how the world did this person lose 50 pounds in a year and I only lost 10?" You got to start
Correct.
thinking positively
Yeah,
and pleasing thoughts about where you are right now, and
right.
where you want to get to. like one of the big things you just said, Robert, is like looking back at your successes. Like there's a I can't remember which book it was. I can't remember which book it was. I'll remember it in a second. But it's like people can gain confidence.
Right.
You can build your self confidence just by looking at the
Mhm.
things that you've actually accomplished. From something as small as when you learned how to tie your shoe, when you, let's say
Right.
you graduated from high school, any small accomplishment, when you think about it, your body relives it,
Right.
your nervous system relives it. And you can build self confidence by consistently referring back to, oh man, I did do that.
Right.
I did drop 20 pounds. And so it just lets you
Yeah.
know that you're able to
Yeah.
do it.
No.
You
You're
know,
right.
you
No, I say
may,
yeah.
what was that? Yeah, and it's like you got to stop comparing yourself. And I think we all do it. You know, I look at certain people on social media. I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
you know, I need to go work out right now. You know? But you, you gotta
Correct.
still look at where you are, because
Correct.
this is your life, you know, and you have people
Yeah.
who depend on you. You have people who are influenced off of you. You don't even have to have 100,000 or 50,000 followers. You can have 5 people that's following you that you have influence over. That means you need to be
Correct.
doing what you got to do to empower yourself, make yourself better, because
Yeah.
you got people who depend on you. Definitely if you have family, you
Yeah.
know, children,
And treat
husband,
yourself.
wife, you
Like
know.
I like to dress up. So one of the things I do
Well, that's
to
good.
celebrate myself, I'll go to Old Navy, or I'll go to I can find a shop at H&M for some things, or I'll go to some other outlets and I'll get some I get some fly gear to put on. I know you see me in workout clothes all the time, but I do dress up. It's when you weight loss journey, you lose 15, 20 pounds, go buy yourself a new outfit. Go try some new clothes. Go show yourself off. Be
Yes,
proud of your hard work. Like, you gotta
that's
hype yourself
big.
up. Look. I can say I'm your biggest fan. Jay can say your biggest fan, but you gotta be a fan for real. Like
Right.
you gotta walk it like you talk it. You know, you strut it.
That's real talk. Because if you not go hype your own stuff up, how can you
Exactly.
expect
Exactly.
somebody
That's
else to?
real. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
That's huge. That's huge. Let's dive into a few more questions. Somebody says, how do you learn to measure meals and learn 4 to 5 meals a day will help you lose? You
I'm
want
gonna
me to
let the
get it or you
expert
want to
be. I'm gonna
get
get you get it. Go ahead.
it? So here's the truth. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Okay. Everybody has a certain amount of calories or, calories that they need to consume on a daily basis. Okay. So let's say, for example, it's 1,500 calories, right? Now, you can split that 1,500 calories up into however you want to. It's total preference. Okay. What matters the most, if let's say your goal is to drop weight, okay, and you need to eat 1,500 calories per day. Now, let's say you're too busy to have 5 or 6 meals a day. You're like, man, I don't have the time to, dig back in my bag and go eat, and because sometimes that happens to
Yep.
people. They have a really busy schedule. And so let's say you can only eat 3 meals a day. Well, you need to divide that 1,500 calories up by 3. And now you say, okay, well, that's X amount of calories per meal. That's 500 calories per meal. I need to have meals that are 500 calories each. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's the simplest way to do it. Okay. You can obviously divide it in different ways where some meals could be bigger than others, but the simplest way to look at it, just divide it into 3 if you want to eat 3 meals, and divide it by 4 if you want to eat 4 meals, and make sure that your calories, you stick close to those portion amounts per meal, and you don't go over 1,500
Yes, sir.
calories if
Yes,
that's how
sir.
much you
Hey,
eat to lose weight.
you got it. Food scale.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
Food
yeah.
scale is important.
100%.
You
Talk about the
gotta.
food scale. Talk
It's
about
the
it.
best $9. Hey, you can get on Amazon for less than that. It's the best. It's the best investment you can ever have. Food scale, measuring cup, measuring spoons. If you don't have it, get it. Walmart has it for $1 for all measuring spoons and cups in the little center aisles. You can go grab it tonight, grab it tomorrow. A food scale for $5 to $10, you can't beat it. You need it. If you, it's important. It's
Why?
important because, uh, especially if you're doing this on your own. If you can afford a trainer, it's awesome. But if you can't, if you're doing this on your own, your best friend right now is going to be Google, the food scale, and you're going to have to learn. You can correct me on this. The TDEE method of calorie deficiency. So it's going to be based off your height, your weight, and
Yep.
your daily activity level. So if you sit at a desk all day, then you'll probably be eating less. If you're active all day, you're going to eat more. But it's based off your height, weight, and activity level throughout the week. Um, Base it off your calorie intake throughout the week. And that's why measuring your grams or ounces for your proteins, for your carbs, even for your fats. So if your coach says you have 20 grams almond butter, that means get you a plastic bowl or a styrofoam plate and put the little almond butter on top of that thing. And it's going to surprise you how much 20 almond butter is. You're like, wait a minute, that's it?
That's so real. That's so real.
Well, I can't eat the whole spoon. Nope. Whatever's on that scale, that's it. And it's gonna train you how to eat properly and portion your food. So you don't need a portion plate. You need a food scale. I'm sorry. A portion plate's good if you want to have it, cool. But a food scale is gonna take care of all that for you.
Man, that's real game right there because I actually have my
Yeah.
clients to buy those electronic food scales because I find that a lot of times people are eating healthy already. You know, a lot of people, granted, there are some people that are not eating healthy, but the people who are eating healthy, they're not tracking it and they're overeating. They're eating an excess amount, like what you were just talking about, eating almond butter or let's say peanut butter or even guacamole. These are
Yeah.
like those hidden foods that people are eating. They're like, dang, how am I gaining weight? They're eating too much of those,
Too much
and those are just a
extra
few
stuff.
of
Too
them.
much extra
But
because you think you eat enough, you eat an extra, and that little extra can hurt you every single day.
man, that little extra,
Yes.
it just compounds over time. You think you're eating a little bit that
Right.
you think that it's only 50 calories, but just that extra little scoop, it turns into like 200, 250, 300 calories just
Ooh.
with peanut butter, almond butter.
Yes. Oh
That
yeah.
stuff
Oh
adds
yeah.
up so quick. Yeah, 100%. Let's get to a few more questions, and then we're gonna wrap this bad boy up with our last
All
question of
right.
the day that I'm gonna ask you personally. Um, Somebody says, I want to spend an hour in the gym. How can I do cardio plus workout, plus weight?
Yeah.
Well, you can divide that up. You can divide it 30 minutes each. You
Yes.
just got to have a
That's easy.
structured plan. Mhm. Yeah, 100%. Let's see if we have any other ones down here. How many meals should you have per
Yeah, you
day?
answered.
I think we answered that a little earlier. It's yeah, it's preference. You can divide that bad boy up. You know, can you talk about how much the difference may it be eating home cooked foods?
I guess the biggest difference for me was not knowing I can use seasoning. That's because a lot of people think that because you're
Mm,
eating home cooked meals, you can't season your food. No, you can season your food because what helped me with seasoning my food was helping me curb my sugar cravings. So having more salt, not overindulging the salt, but having salt controlled my sugar cravings.
right,
And also enjoy my meal prepping and be more
100%.
creative with different seasonings. So rid of salt. I would eat
Uh-huh.
bland chicken, bland vegetables, bland rice. Wife's like, I'm prepping, but I'm not eating no
No
bland
way.
food. I say, well, do you? But then she was right. Like I can eat salt, I just have to do it in moderation. So my suggestion, and also you know
100%.
what you're putting in your food. Fast food places, you don't know what they put in their food. Really don't, unless
That's
you
true.
watch them.
That's very true. Yep. Yeah, that's big because a lot of people to be honest, that's one of the biggest things I talk about too. Like you
Right,
can literally eat whatever you
right,
want to eat and still drop weight, right? And obviously that just comes down to how
correct.
much they're consuming on a daily basis. But
Yeah,
there's a caveat to that because all food, like calories, the other way I
Yeah.
explain calories is like energy, right? And so a lot of weight loss is just energy management. And so you can have two people. Let's say you're eating healthy food and you're eating 1,500 calories, assuming we're the same weight and we're both trying to lose weight, right?
Right.
Both of us are eating 1,500 calories and you're eating healthy 1,500 calories. And I'm eating garbage. Like I'm eating a burger and then I'll probably go over to Smoothie King and get me a fruit smoothie or something like that. I'm going to feel like garbage on a daily basis. I'm probably not going to have any energy, probably going to have some brain
Yep.
fog, feeling tired all the time. I'm losing weight, but I'm going to just feel horrible on the inside because of the type of calories I'm putting in my body. And so that's where quality is important when it comes to dropping weight. Now, every now and
Yeah.
then you can eat, pizza, tacos, things like that, but it shouldn't be an everyday type thing. Because if it is,
But
you're
not
going
only
to find
that,
yourself having a heart
you're
attack.
eating. If you eat fast food, you can probably eat 2 meals versus my 6 meals, because meals can make up your calories for the day, and
True.
my 6 meals can make up your calories. I'm eating more food.
Yep, that's true.
Yep.
It's more nutritional dense too. Yep,
Oh
that's
yeah.
good, man. That's a really good point. Uh, so somebody says, what kind of,
Sure.
and let's go rapid fire on these questions so you sum it up real quick. It says, what kind of cardio do you do
Stairmaster and
now?
arc trainer, and 5
Got
miles
it.
a day, 5 miles on
Somebody
Saturday. That's
says,
it.
nice. It says, how do you manage your time with work, school, working out, other things
First thing
that
in the
can take
morning,
up your time?
5 a.m., 4:30 or 5 a.m. in the morning.
Love it. Love it. And that's one of the biggest things, guys. You just got to figure out
Right.
in your schedule because everyone's different.
Right.
Like you just got to manage your time and find if it's 30 minutes that you're going to knock it out or 45 or an hour, you got to find that window, that block of time out of your day where you know you can get it done. And for
Yep.
Robert, it's early in the
Yep.
morning. For me, it's
Yep.
midday, like 1, 2
Everybody's different,
p.m.
but
Just
find an hour,
everybody's
30
different.
minutes an hour. That's all you need.
Yeah. Somebody says 6 meals, thumbs up.
Oh,
What time you start eating?
6:30 in the morning.
6:30. Cool, cool, cool. Somebody says, is it too late to join your challenge?
It's not too
I
late.
guess you
You
got a
can
challenge
join.
going on.
Never too late.
Go join the challenge. Damn it. So just eating out, making healthy choices
What
help
is it
with
again?
losing weight. He says, does eating out, making healthy choices help with losing weight?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
As long as you're
there we
eating
go.
in a deficit, you'll lose weight. Yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was just talking about. Like as long as you eat somewhat quality foods, you'll feel healthy. Somebody says, "Why do we feel we can't eat a good meal on special occasions?" We say,
Oh,
"I
forget
can't. I'm
that.
on a diet."
Thanksgiving and Christmas, I eat. But because I was consistent throughout the
100%.
year, so you just have to be consistent with your eating. But one on Thanksgiving, enjoy your family. On Christmas dinner, enjoy your family. Like don't mess the moment up. Enjoy your time. These are memories. Don't no. Come on, have fun.
100%. Then somebody says, what is the latest I can have
You can
for
have that one.
breakfast?" The truth is, you can have these meals at any time. There's no right or wrong time. Obviously, you probably wouldn't want to eat a
Right.
huge meal right before you go to sleep. You probably have like a whole lot of acid reflux or something like that. But just far as like dropping weight, there's no right or wrong time to consume meals to be able to lose this weight. All right. Somebody says, "Can we come back and watch this later?" Yeah, 100%. I'll post it on my page and I'll share it with Robert too.
Y'all know how
Uh,
to talk to.
the strength trying to help with food. Yeah,
That's,
some of these
you,
questions.
you don't know how
What was
hype
that,
I am to
Robert?
talk to. You the goat. You want to go, man.
Hey man, I appreciate it. Somebody says, the strength training help with losing fat. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we tackled that earlier. Yeah, so some of everybody that's watching right now, you're gonna have to go and watch that replay because this sucker right here, we could charge if we wanted to for this one, man. It's a lot of good content in here. So y'all, we're gonna put it up for free.
You
Y'all
better
won't have
wait.
to pay. All
Hey,
right, I
that's
promise.
coming.
Finger, scouts on it. All right. So somebody says, I'm 16 years old. I'm trying to lose weight. What should I do to lose the weight? We're gonna get to that towards the end. I promise you. We're gonna dive into that. Okay. Um, how important is it to cook at home versus eating at the restaurants? We tackled that one earlier. Um, so how do we know how many calories are we supposed to eat in a day? I'm currently 254. There's a lot of different calculators out there online that you can use, or you can like get a professional, like talk to them, because it's really going to vary based on your weight, your height and weight, and also what level of effort that you're going to be putting in. So let's say you're only working out 2 times a week and you're trying to lose weight versus
Right.
if you're working out 5 days a week, and you and the amount of calories is going to change. And so that's why I always recommend you either go to a coach, a registered dietitian, a sports nutritionist, somebody that's just gonna that's willing to
Yes.
talk to you, to understand your situation, and so that way
No.
you're not starving yourself. And because that's one of the biggest things. People starve themselves and they end up gaining that weight back because they just can't
You don't want to jack
willpower
him
themselves
and
through it.
starving yourself.
All right, 100%. Yep. So, all right. Let's see. We got a ton of questions in here. We got a lot of them. All right. So, somebody put something in the question box, and this is a good one. It says, "How do we search and select a good coach? There's so many nowadays, and I don't know who to trust." Ooh, that's a
Well,
good
I can
question.
tell you this for sure. If I don't see what you're eating, what you're doing daily, then I can't follow. I just can't. You have to find somebody that shows, okay, this is what I eat. If you show somebody that's consistently working out, training clients, their results, with
Mhm.
they're really serious about their fitness. Like you can't say that us two on this live are not serious about fitness because we can talk about this all night, all day, but we got to go more. But
All day.
he shows
Right.
daily how important health and wellness is, and I show the same thing. He shows workouts, his clients, his story. I show my story, clients. I do. We do the same thing. So we're transparent with our life. If you're following somebody that's just showing you workouts, not showing you what they eat, not showing you any kind of transparency, I would be careful with that because you have to be transparent in helping people become the best
100%.
version of themselves. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big. I'm right there with you, man. You want to look at people who are consistent at posting
Yes.
content, like consistent, big word, because one, it shows you that they have a depth of understanding on the topic of nutrition, workouts, and somebody that doesn't have like a depth of understanding on those different topics,
Yes.
eventually they go run out of content.
Yes.
They go run out of things to talk
Yes.
about. And so that's not an expert. So you want to watch that consistency. You want to
Yes.
look at the results. Have they either had results for themselves or have they
Yes.
had results for other people? You know, and those things are important. And so those would be the things I'd say look out for. Somebody says, "What about intermittent fasting?" It's something that I recommend for some people, but it's not for everybody. All right. And somebody says, "How many exercises per body part when lifting weight?" To be totally honest with you, you could do one freaking exercise for you. Like, obviously, it'll be boring, but you could do one exercise, max out that muscle, whether it's legs or biceps, triceps, back, whatever it is, and you can get just as much benefit as if you did 3 or 4 different exercises working the same muscle. Okay,
Dropping
so
gems
it
right
really
now.
doesn't matter. I know that man. People should have to pay for this, but I want to I want to give game for free. I want to get some game for free, and so that's it. Those were the questions. Now to wrap this bad boy up, I want you to have the person in mind who they want to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100+ pounds, right? And they're like, Robert, I'm in a place in my life where I'm ready to get this weight off. I got family I want to be around here for. I don't want to worry about my health anymore. I'm tired of being on this medication, or I don't want to have to worry about getting on medication. I don't want to be like my mom or dad who had these health issues. I don't want to be that person. Like, what would be the 3 steps that you would tell them, hey, you need to do this, this, and this? Like, leaving this live tonight, or whenever they watch this video, what would be the 3 things that you tell them they need to do to get on the fast track to getting that weight off?
Mental health, nutrition, lift weights. That's it.
Woo!
Mental health,
Simple, easy, powerful.
Counseling, read your books, spend less time on television, social media. Nutrition, find out what foods you need to put in your body that you're comfortable with, that fits your routine. Learn how to eat. Number 3, resistance training. It's going to change your life. Resistance training is crafting your body like a sculpture. It's cutting you up. That's why I tell ladies all the time, man, I want to have a small waist. I want to have big glutes. Well, what are you doing? Well, I just do legs all week. I said, you don't do no back? No, that's the secret. Back workouts give you that hourglass shape, that V cut. That's going to give you the illusion of a small waist. To developing those back muscles, when you turn around, wear that strapless dress, and you saw that back popping, and that, oh, look, lift weights. It's not going to make you look manly, women. Lift your weights, but mental health, nutrition, and resistance training. That's my.
Ooh, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now, seeing somebody that said I missed their question, so I want to see if I can scroll up to catch it. Let's see. Let's see here. All right, let's scroll up real quick. I always like to,
Right.
nobody left
Question?
behind. All right, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
With,
Huh? I don't think I've seen it. Let's see. I thought we got everybody. But let's see. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. All right, if I can't find your question, we're gonna have to jump off. But I want to try to help everybody. Let's see. Tisha, I know her name started with a T. All right, because we had so many questions on here. You might have to ask it again, to be honest, because I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see that question.
I don't see it either.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't see it. Nope. No, I'm not sure where you asked it at. If you asked it on here, it's definitely not on here. All right. Yeah, if you're still on right now, drop it below. Drop that question down below, and we'll answer it, and then we're gonna be out. I want to be able to give as much value as we could.
You got a question?
Man, I don't see that bad boy. Yeah, so actually, yeah, so and to be honest,
Yes.
y'all, like there's so many questions. Like there's a lot of people that jumped on it. So as much as I would love to be able to get everybody's question in, it's been so many of them. Let's see. Does fasting work? Yeah, we answered that one already. Yeah, it works. It's something I recommend, depending on what type of fasting you're trying to do, though. She says, can I drink Coke Zero with no calories and lose weight?
Yeah. Yeah. You can. Depends.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
depends.
100%.
It's one of those coaching questions, but it depends. You gotta in moderation, not a whole day of Coke Zero in moderation. But yeah, it depends.
That's a perfect answer, to be honest. Like you can, if you really want to be able to like not just
Right.
lose weight but be healthy, be
Right.
vibrant, have that vitality when you lose weight. You want to get, like, when people say, oh, water's nasty, I'm like, come on, man, how the heck water gonna be
You know what?
nasty to you? You're a grown
Back in the
person.
day, they didn't have
Like,
Coca-Cola or sparkling water or beer. They had water.
exactly. And so it's like you got to look at there's nothing wrong, because
Yeah.
for me, I love eating pizza. I love eating pizza and tacos. Those are my things. One day, I'm more than likely gonna open up a restaurant where we're either
Ooh,
selling pizza
I'll be
or tacos with some tequila.
yeah.
That's gonna happen, and it's like you can have those things, but it's a time and a place for it. You got to have some type of boundaries around when you're gonna have it. It's like, okay,
Correct.
have you started losing any weight? Have you started losing any weight? And if you're not losing weight yet, you might need to say, well, let me just drink this Coke Zero
Correct.
every Friday or
Correct.
Saturday, you know? And then as you start to lose that weight, then you may be able to have it 2 or 3 times. But you got to develop, not just everybody thinks they got to develop these physical muscles. You
Thank
got to develop
you.
your
Woo.
discipline
Yeah,
muscle
you
too.
dropping free
Okay.
gems right now.
Yeah, she says. So I asked something. Somebody said something about body
Yeah.
dysmorphia. These questions rolling in crazy.
So the same thing.
uh,
Counseling. Counselor's
what
gonna.
was that?
That's the only way you're gonna deal with body dysmorphia. You cannot dysmorphia. You got to go seek.
Right.
You got to seek help. I encourage people that have any kind of triggers mentally to talk to somebody. Please, please go talk. Please.
100%. Absolutely. Oh, this is a real good question. Somebody says, why the fuck am I gaining weight when I'm in a deficit and lifting weights? You are not in a deficit if you are not losing weight. You're not. I'm just, I know it may sound crazy, but you just reevaluate how much you're consuming. Because sometimes people, like I said earlier in the video, people eating healthy, but they're not not aware of how much they're eating. And that's why what Robert said earlier, as far as like tracking, using the scale, using an app like MyFitnessPal to really like get some awareness around how much you're consuming, and so that way, you
Yeah.
know for sure you're not guesstimating. Like you can't guesstimate in the beginning of when you're trying to lose weight. Down the road, months later after you've lost the weight and you've found the blueprint on what you need to do to lose that weight, then you can start to kind of guesstimate because you already have some
Correct.
context around how much you need
Ooh,
to eat.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody says, do you offer training
We
to
do.
women
Both of us do.
also? I
Yeah.
believe both of us do. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody says, what do you think about the OMAD fasting, 1 meal a day? It's cool. I wouldn't do it long term. I think it may have some heart complications. You may have heart complications if you're doing it all the time. But just consult with your physician.
And look,
Everyone's body is a little
stop
different.
jumping on all these fad diets and just keep it simple.
100%. Heck yeah. Somebody says, okay, last question because the sister love alcohol. What can I sub for that? I'm a big tequila guy, to be honest. I'll drink me a tequila shot uh, once or twice every week, but that's about it, you know. And I don't add in any juice or anything. It's just straight, because once you start adding that juice, that's when them calories start adding up.
So we do. Tequila.
All right. Woo. Right, right. Book recommendations for mental health. Ooh, that's a good question. I got one for you. Where's my book at right now? I don't see it. All right. Well, I don't see it, but the book is called Psycho-Cybernetics. Okay. The book is called Psycho-Cybernetics. And just to sum it up real quick, um, it's about this guy named Mark Schwartz, I believe his name was, or something like that. Yeah, and he was a plastic surgeon, and so the people that he was helping, they after he would help them, they would
Mm.
still feel like they were ugly. They were like, oh, I still don't feel like
Yep.
the beautiful person I thought I was going to be, right? And the whole point of the book is all about how you view yourself, your self-image, and so you have to change the way you personally view yourself because until you view yourself differently, the world won't view you the
Mm.
way that you view yourself. If you view yourself as this ugly person, you're going to walk the way you think you look. You're going to talk the way you think you look. And even your energy, all that, right? But when you know you are good with self, you are good within, right? Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all that good stuff. And you know you look good to you. You're proud of yourself. That energy is going to radiate off of you. Okay. And so you want to start doing things like that, like positive thoughts about who you are, who you want to become, that version of yourself that you want to be, and start living as
Yes.
if you are already that person.
Great advice.
Okay. And so, guys, great questions. My apologies. I know we can't get out. We be here until tomorrow morning, 3:45 a.m. If we kept answering questions, Rob, we might have to
We're going to
run
have to
this bad boy back again
run it
one
back
day.
definitely because I want to talk to you. I want to ask you questions. So you asked me about I want to share about
Yeah.
you. I want about your story and what tips and advice you can give to people that's on their journey. So you asked about me. It's my turn. It's my turn to return the favor. So we definitely need to run it back.
Right. I'm with it, brother. I'm with it. And I appreciate you jumping on, taking some
I,
time out of your day, some time out of your
you
night
for
to jump
inviting
on
me
with me,
on.
man. I
I'm
really
good.
appreciate
Trust me, I was excited about this.
it. Hey, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
we're
Yes,
going to do it
sir.
again. I promise you. All right. Hey, everybody. Hey, if you want to watch the replay of this video, it's going to be on my page. I'm also going to put it on my YouTube as well. If you don't know how to get to the video, just shoot me a inbox and I'll send you the link. Hopefully I don't get like hundreds of inboxes. but right. But I'll see you the information, guys. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And until next time,
Appreciate you,
I
brother.
appreciate
Thank
it,
you
Robert.
again.
I appreciate you too. Talk soon, King. Guys, crazy interview with my guy Robert Richardson. Over 100 pounds. I think he said he lost 180 pounds. That's a whole person. That's not a baby, not a whole baby person. That's an adult that he lost. Crazy. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't catch the entire interview, like I said just a few minutes ago, I'm gonna post it on my news feed on Instagram, and you'll be able to watch the entire thing. Okay, so you won't have to pay for it. 100% free. And if you don't know how to get to it, just shoot me a personal message and I'll send it to you. All right. And again, my name's Jay Jackson. I'm also the author of Gut to Abs. I've been in this fitness game for the past 12 years now. And I help a lot of busy professionals get in shape and take control of their health. And so the reason that I've been interviewing a lot of fitness influencers is because there's things that I don't know. Okay. There's experiences that I haven't been through. Like I've never been 100 pounds overweight before, but I just brought somebody on my platform that was 100 plus pounds overweight that lost 100 plus pounds. And now y'all have his perspective on what he did and what things y'all could possibly do. Like he's not telling you have to do these things, but you have some more context around what somebody has done that has gone through those challenges and struggles and we're able to triumph. We're able to overcome those challenges. And you guys can do the same thing. You know, he's human just like you are. He puts his shoes on the same way you put your shoes on. He puts his shirt on the same way you put your shirt on. He has a wife. He has a son. You know, he has children. He has a whole family. And so there's people can either make excuses or they can take action, you know, and that Robert was somebody that he took action and he failed over and over and over. And so it shows you like everybody has a story. Nobody just has this, they just came out their mom and they were already in shape. Everybody has somewhat of a story that they went through, that they had to overcome some challenges to get to the other side. That's why I'm doing these lives and these interviews with these fitness influencers. I want to help more people get to the other side, because people who are thinking that, let's say they're overweight by 20 pounds or 50 pounds or 30 pounds, they think that that's a norm. They think that the pain that they're going through, the aches and the pains in the lower back, the clothes not fitting the way they want it to, they think that this is the way things should be, or it's okay for it to be this way. Well, it can be better. Okay? You can have a better life if you want it, but you got to want it. Nobody can motivate you but you. Okay? And so that's why I'm doing these videos. I want to help you, help empower you, help give you more education on personal experiences from other fitness influencers, and to be quite honest, like thousands and thousands of dollars of information okay? Because I've went to college for this stuff. Went to Georgia State University, got my exercise science degree. I've written a book about it. And so you're not just listening to people who just got some weekend certification. You're talking to people and listening to people who have actually gotten the results for themselves as well as the clients. And so just know the people who I bring on my platform, they are all the way official. Okay. That's why you're rocking with Jay Jackson Official. Okay. So with that said, hopefully you guys found it helpful. If there's any questions that were not answered that you really press, you really want to know the answer to it, feel free to shoot myself a inbox. Okay, shoot me an inbox and ask a question. I'll answer it. Okay, or you can shoot Robert the question. Does not matter. Okay, but we would just want to help. We want to help. All right. So with that said, again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, I'm out.